Well, hello model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Revell, and this week I want to feature a build that I did a while ago actually. I believe this was 2009, but it's a 2006 Shelby GT-H Coupe. Ford and Hertz and Shelby got together, and for the 40th anniversary of the 66 Shelby GT350H, they came up with this car. And yeah, they were available for rent at Hertz, very limited airports and whatnot. They had some pretty interesting restrictions, like you couldn't rent it if you resided in the state. You had to be an out-of-state resident, so it was kind of interesting reading about some of the features. But the car itself, it's a Mustang GT based on that with a 4.6 liter 3-valve motor. Original configuration was 300 horsepower like the GT350H when Shelby bumped them up from the 271 horse to 306. The 2006 version got Ford Racing's FR1 Power Pack and also the FR3 handling package, but the Power Pack bumped it up to 325 horse. So pretty, a 25 horse jump. Not much compared to what they have now as far as Shelby Mustangs and the modern muscle, but they still have to start somewhere, and this was the beginnings of Shelby reintroducing into the market of Mustangs, which they hadn't done since 1970. To me, it's interesting to think that this is one of the first. The second batch of Shelby Mustangs has actually lasted longer than the first. They went from 65 to 70, and then Shelby wasn't really involved in the 65 through 67s. He wasn't really involved much in the 68 through 70s. They were more Ford. This is kind of the same thing. When you read about the modern Shelbys and Mustangs, they have pre-title and post-title Shelbys. This is a post-title Shelby. This is one that it started off as an actual Ford Mustang GT, and it went to Shelby American in Vegas, and they made 500 of these, and they did the conversion there. It came with all the Power Pack options already, but they put the hood on it, the fascia, the aluminum grille, the scoops on the sides here, and black they added the stripes and the Hertz emblems here. And they all came with the wheels, which a lot of people call these the bullet wheels. But in 2006 they were painted this charcoal gray color. And all of the 2006, all 500 of them, well, almost all 500 of them, they were all automatics because they were rental fleets. So they stayed automatic, except for the very first one I read, 001, and they all have a plaque on the dash and a serial number. All of the ones that are post-title that Shelby did themselves will all have a plaque on the dash and a serial number. But the very first one, Carroll Shelby kept for himself, and it had two deviations. It was a stick, and he put 410 gears in it instead of the 355s I believe these came with. And that one recently went to auction and sold for like $180,000. I forget when it was, but all of these Hertz ones, they came with automatics. So most of these, if you look for one, you'll find them as an automatic. But I thought it was a really cool car, and when I saw the kit, I'm like, I had to have it. So I bought it and then built it, and this one's built right out of the box. So I didn't do any real modifications to this one, just enjoyed building it, a quick build and everything. And if you haven't built any of these modern Mustangs, which I'm sure many of you have, it's a real nice kit, and they all build really nicely. But a couple of things else with the cars, when it comes to pre-title and post-title, the pre-title ones, those are the ones you can go to your Ford dealer and order, the Shelby GT500s and the later GT350s. But all of those are built right on the Ford assembly line, and they have Shelby on them, but they're licensed by Shelby, and they are Shelby's. But you can take that car and you can bring it to Shelby and then have like the Super Snake option done, or you can take a regular Mustang and have it turn into a Shelby GT or even a GT350. So there's a whole bunch of variants of these. Post-title ones are worth more than the pre-title ones, because there's ones that come right from Ford, and then there's the ones that are modified by Shelby, and then they get a little more confusing when you start to get one of the pre-title ones and you add extra performance parts that Shelby American offers through Vegas, which is really cool. If you ever go to Vegas and you go to the Shelby Museum there, they've got some really significant cars. They've got the modern ones, and they've got some of these, and some of the older ones. But if you ever get into Vegas, I believe the tour is completely free. Not a whole lot of cars there to actually see, about 20, 25, but they rotate them out. But it's a lot of fun. I've actually been there twice, but living in Arizona, it's not too far of a drive for me. When it came to this car, this build, like I said, it's right out of the box. It's the Revell kit, and I'll post a picture of the box art. And stone stock, I mean, it went together beautifully. Now, this one was actually part of a 24-hour build session that the club had. And the premises was you have 24 hours to build a kit that's sealed, or at least sealed inside. And there was a number of us that did it. And the club's done it multiple times. I've only done it 2 times with the club, because it is really hard to stay up 24 hours and build nonstop. And strategy goes along with it. So you kind of pick something that's a little easy to paint. So this one is spray painted. You pick an easy one to duplicate that isn't too hard to build, doesn't require a lot of scratch building. And I had picked this one, and I also did the 66 Shelby GT-350H. Now, in the 24-hour session, I was bouncing between both of them, because you paint one body, it's drying, you go paint the other body. While they're drying, paint the 2 chassis, do the interiors, and build the kits. And like this one, there's a lot of silver, a lot of steel, and black. So both kits are that way. I did manage to finish the GT350H in that 24-hour build, but this one I was not. I was close, and this is spray painted clear. I got close, but didn't quite get this one done, but I did finish it later on. But like I said, it's a beautiful build. They stand just a little high in the suspension, these Revell kits, so you can lower them down a little bit. I did it to 1 or 2 of the other builds, lowered it down a little bit, but this one purely right out of the box, including the 3-valve modular motor there, which, you know, is pretty accurate in this one. But like I said, this one's, they later went to the 4 valves and much bigger displacement and make a lot more horsepower. But then again, this was 2006. This body style came out in 2005, and Shelby was just barely getting back into the Mustangs and conversions. So pretty cool history and pretty cool story there. But I always thought this was a really cool hood. The decals, this is not clear. This stripe in the middle is black, so you really can't paint this any other color if you want to use these stripes, because they have black on the sides and on the center. So that's the way the decals are made, and they fit pretty well. I was pleasantly surprised. Even in the front, the decal fits really well. But I really enjoyed building this car. I've actually done, I think, 7 of these modern ones. And then the taillight lens comes purely clear, so I just masked off a little bit and sprayed it with some turn signal amber. And then the exhaust tips are actually metal. All the rest of them are decals, and the Shelby lettering and everything's all decals. And the spoiler stays black. But she came out really nice. I really like this kit. What's interesting is you could buy this pretty much entire package later on as a 2007 Shelby GT, and you can get it in any color you want. So other than the black and gold paint job and the Shelby Hertz emblems on it, the entire car, the exact same car as far as package goes, was available in 2007. Now also, these Hertz editions, they only did 500 of them, but I guess only 496 entered the fleet. And then they weren't used a whole lot. A lot of them got somewhere right around 10,000 miles, and then they were auctioned off. So it was really hard to rent one of these. And Shelby, or Hertz, still does some of that. They've got a performance fleet where you can rent some of their cars. Now, if you've seen convertible versions of this, all the coupes are 2006s. All the convertibles are 2007s. So in 2007, they decided that they would do another batch of them, another 500, but they were all going to be convertibles. And they were virtually the same package-wise. There was a couple of differences between the two, and I'll get more into it. But, of course, I had to build one of them as well. So, while this one is right out of the box, We back this out a little bit. This one is not. But one of the differences, in 2007, the wheels became black instead of charcoal, and they added fog lights to the front. So I had to modify the front and add fog lights into it. Where the 2006s, they don't. They just have the grills there. But the kit's really accurate from what I could see. And I'll get more into this build. I'll tell you more about it, because that one's a lot more challenging. But I just had to show you both of them together. So thank you for watching and tuning in and subscribing and all your comments. I love reading them and replying to them. And you guys, you have a wonderful Saturday, and I'll see you next Saturday.